Welcome to the Kuya Dev podcast, where we explore the ins and outs of building a successful tech career. My name is Rem, your Kuya Dev, and I'm excited to have you join me for this episode. Whether you're just starting on your career, looking to shift careers into tech, or hoping to grow more as a tech professional, this podcast is for you. Thank you for tuning in, and together, let's enjoy the episode.
And we are finally back. Kuya Dev Podcast is back for Season 6. Grabe, nakaka-6 seasons na tayo, no? So, yeah, welcome to Episode 1 of Kuya Dev Podcast Season 6. Pasensya na sa mga nagantay. May mga nag-message sa akin, may mga nagsasabi sa akin kailan yung next episode. Medyo natagalan, ang dami natin ginawa during the past few months, no? Since nung season 5. So, binuo muna natin yung mga meetups natin. At nagpunta kami ng mga probinsya, no? Punta tayo Angeles, nung nakaraan lang, nagpunta kami ng Bicol, sa Naga City. So, yun, nag-connect tayo sa mga tech people doon. At salamat sa lahat ng mga dumalo. Salamat sa lahat ng mga tumulong. Thank you sa lahat. At didn't expect the reception of these events to be the way they turned out to be. And nakakatuwa naman, nakakataba ng puso na maraming naniniwala dun sa ginagawa natin. So hopefully, we can do more of that. Sana makapunta pa tayo sa ibang sulok ng Pilipinas and do those meetups, no? Feeling ko naman nakakatulong sa mga kapwa nating tech aspirants, no? Lalo na yung mga estudyante, mga career shifters. At pati na rin sa mga tech professionals natin. Nakakatulong din naman yan. So that's why we've been delaying recording for Season 6. Aside from nag-iipon din ako ng topics. So, speaking of, organizing meetups. Medyo napadalas na napag-usapan to. At normal naman to sa ating mga developer kasi karamihan sa atin siguro is mga introvert. So, napag-usapan, naitanong na nag-surface yung issue about gaano nga ba ka-importante ang communication skills sa isang developer, no, or tech person. May mga mangilang-ilan din influencer na parang tinakil to. Sabi nila hindi importante, yung iba nagsabi importante. So, kanya-kanya lang naman yan ng paniniwala, but ito yung take ko, no. So sa akin, especially since I'm doing this, I'm building the Kuya Dev brand, I'm building the community, the Tech Career Shifter Philippines community. So napakahalaga sa akin ng communication. And it has opened up a lot of avenues for me in terms of my career and in terms of meeting a lot of people that I wouldn't have met if I didn't work on my communication skills. Pero ang common misconception sa communication is dapat marunong ka magsalita, no? Lalo na pag English, di ba? Kailangan marunong ka mag-English. Pero communication kasi isn't a one-way street. Hindi siya ganon, no? Yung mga napanood ko ng mga take about communication na nagsasabi na hindi siya importante, they're looking at it on a one-way type of relationship. Kasi it's a way of building relationships with people eh. At kung hindi nyo alam, although ang trabaho natin as sabihin natin programmers, no, developers or data scientists, it usually involves a lot of solo work. Pero pagka nasa company ka, if you're part of a team, if you're part of a business, even if one-man team ka, even if iisa ka lang sa kumpanya mo, no, kunwari nag-build ka ng software agency or something, tapos sa umpisa, ikaw lang muna. Napakahalaga ng communication. Kasi all of this, no? All of this, building software, building solutions for clients and for our users involves a lot of communication. Kasi kailangan mo makipag-interact sa mga tao. Be it teammates mo, boss mo, client mo. Hindi mawawala yon, makikipag-usap ka sa mga tao, makikipag-interact ka sa nila, makikipag-collaborate ka. So, kung hindi effective yung communication skill mo, mahihirapan ka. No? And for me, kasi I've come to a point in my life na sobrang halaga ng oras. Oras mo at oras ng ibang tao, na time is actually the real currency. Hindi naman yung money. Money is just, a way of expressing time in terms of something na parang nahahawakan natin at nagagamit natin. But in reality, time is its own currency. It's its own commodity, no? Masasabi natin. And it's probably, it should be the most valuable one. No? Mas mahal pa siya sa gold, mas mahal pa siya sa kahit anong pinakamahal na, pinaka-precious na metal meron tayo sa mundo. Time is very precious. No? So, andun ako sa stage na pinapahalagahan ko na kahit papaano yung oras. So, in terms of, relate natin ngayon sa communication, no? So, if you're not a good communicator, you're going to waste a lot of people's time. Hindi lang ng sarili mo, pati ng mga kausap mo. Lahat ng ka-interact mo, mauubos ang oras nyo. Pabalik-balik kayo kasi di kayo magkaintindihan eh. Di ba? Hindi mo sila maintindihan, di ka nila naiintindihan. So that's going to take a lot of back and forths of trying to understand each other, and it could lead to even disastrous consequences. Na tipong yung dineliver mo na project, hindi pala yun yung hinihingi ng client mo or ng mga users nyo. Di pala yun yung kailangan nila. Kasi you didn't communicate well. And again, no, sabi ko, hindi lang siya one-way street. It has to be a two-way communication. So, you don't only have to be a good speaker. Di lang kailangan na parang marunong ka mag-express ng sarili mo. Actually, mas importante pa na marunong ka makinig. So, if you're a good communicator, dapat magaling kang makinig. At nakikinig ka para maintindihan, hindi yung makikinig ka para sumagot. Iba yun eh. Pagka nakikinig ka para lang sumagot, para ka nakipagdebate lang eh, no? Parang lumalabas yung pagiging defensive mo, na kailangan mo lang ipagtanggol ang sarili mo. Pero communication is about understanding the person that you're talking to, the person you're interacting with. So, kung hindi ka ganon, kung hindi ka magaling makinig, you're a bad communicator. Kahit na magaling ka magsalita, kahit na sobrang tatas mo sa Tagalog mo or even in English mo, sobrang great orator ka. But at the end of the day, kung hindi mo naman naiintindihan yung kausap mo, ikaw mismo, hindi ka nakikinig sa kanya, you don't get what you need to learn from the other person. Lalo na, kunwari, nakikipag-usap ka sa client, paano mo ma-extract sa kanya yung kailangan mo para ma-perform yung duties mo in the best way possible, in the most effective way na dapat mong i-fulfill. So, sa ganung aspeto, I mean, I get it. Medyo introvert din ako. Alam ko yan. Mahirap talaga magsalita, mahirap makipag-usap sa mga tao. But kung deliberate ka, no? Kasi ako, I don't like small talk, no? Kung medyo wala naman tayo pag-uusapan, huwag tayo mag-usap, di ba? Pero kung may pag-uusapan tayo, may common ground tayo, na tipong we have common interests. Yun, masaya mag-usap kasi marami tayong matututunan sa isa't isa. Like, pareho tayong mahilig sa JavaScript, no? We love JavaScript. And we can talk about why we love JavaScript. And we can also talk about why we don't like JavaScript. Ano ba yung pangit sa JavaScript, di ba? Parang malaking value makukuha natin sa isa't isa nun. Isa pang malaking dahilan kung bakit iniisip ko or naniniwala ako na napakahalaga ng communication. Not only in the tech industry, not only in building a tech career, but also in any other career na hindi naman related dito, no? It's because nililimit mo yung potential mo for growth. Kung magre-resign ka na lang na, hindi, di talaga ako marunong mag-communicate. Hindi, di talaga ako para dyan. Hindi ako magsasalita. Okay lang yun, sige. Parang, you can go far just, doing the work. Although sabi ko nga kanina, medyo hindi ganun ka-effective kasi nga, mamaya natin balikan yon. But, yung market mo, nililitan mo. Dito pumapasok yung kailangan marunong ka ng English, no? Hindi lang marunong, confident ka makipag-usap in English. And you don't care, no? Isa pang misconception to na kailangan daw perfect grammar. Hindi naman ganun dito, lalo na pagka katrabaho mo naman mga foreigner. Wala silang pakialam, basta nagkakaintindihan kayo. Of course, good grammar can help in again, being an effective communicator, pero hindi siya prerequisite. Kasi kung makakausap ko sa trabaho namin, even in my previous work, di naman sila di naman sila perfect English eh. Even those na mga native English speakers, karamihan sa kanila, di naman kagandahan yung grammar. And then they don't care. Basta ang mahalaga sa kanila, naintindihan mo sila. No? Yung spelling nila, mali-mali. Pero as long as you understand each other, yun ang mas mahalaga. Grammar naman kasi is set of rules na parang sinasabi na it's a common rule or set of rules na sinusundan ng lahat para may standard kayo na hindi magulo. Pero it's not strict, no? Lalo na pag conversational. Di naman siya kailangan na strict. Yun nga, basta you are able to express yourself in a way na magigets ka ng kausap mo and vice versa, okay na yun, no? Dito lang tayo sa Pilipinas na medyo, ewan ko, pinagtatawanan yung mga, sabihin natin, barok na English, pero yeah, kung alam nyo lang, no? Kung alam nyo lang. Kaya kailangan din talaga na-expose sa mga Pilipino sa sa mga foreign na nakatrabaho para makita nila na hindi pala. No? It's not as important as we're making it out to be. Grammar is, good grammar is a bonus, kumbaga. It's a great skill to have, but it's not the most important skill to have. The more important skill is, being able to express yourself in a way na maintindihan ka. At ayun nga, if you're not working on your English, in your confidence in speaking in English and in writing in English, nililimit mo yung market mo ngayon. So, anong ibig sabihin nun? Yung market mo dito lang sa Pilipinas. You can't even dream about seeking opportunities abroad. Say goodbye to a remote job from, say, Australia or from US. Kasi, paano ka nila maiintindihan? Paano kayo mag-uusap? Paano mo may defend sa kanila na ganito dapat yung implementation nyo, no? Hindi dapat sundin si client kasi, no? Of course, you're a technical person, dapat mas alam mo yung implementation. So, paano mo ngayon i-express yun? Tatanggapin mo na lang ba na, sige, sinabi ni client di ito na lang, gawin ko na lang, no? At paano mo masasabi, paano mo matatanong yung mga colleagues mo na, huy, nahihirapan ako dito, kailangan kong tulong. Sasarilinin mo na lang yung problema mo kasi takot ka mag-English eh. So, actually, bago ka makapunta dun, sa interview pa lang, wala ka na eh. No? I-ekis ka na agad. May ginawa na akong ganun eh. May mga na-interview na ako na di maintindihan. Parang, hindi ka magka-thrive sa amin. Magaling ka nga, kaso hindi ka magka-thrive sa amin kasi hindi ka maintindihan ng team eh. I mean, may bare minimum na pwede kang, na at least man lang makuha mo yun na yung tatas na yon in English or yung skills na yon. May bare minimum eh. Yun nga, yung conversational eh. Na kaya mo express sarili mo na hindi ka overwhelm, hindi ka kinakabahan, na kaya mong dalhin yung sarili mo, kaya mong i-carry yung conversation, na hindi ka naka-conscious. May bare minimum nun eh. And hindi ko naman kayo tinatakot na wag na kayong mag-apply na sa mga gantong opportunity kung hindi kayo marunong mag-English. Mag-apply pa rin kayo para malaman niyo kung ano yung kailangan, di ba? Sasabihin naman sa inyo yun eh, medyo hirap ka sa English eh. Tsaka yun nga, gawin yung practice yun, yung mga interview na yun, yung mga interviews with foreign companies. Gawin yung practicean yun para masanay kayo na magsalita in English and do the interviews in English. So yun na nga, di ba? Nilitan mo na nga yung market mo. Tapos, dito pa sa Pilipinas, ayaw mo pa magsalita. Ayaw mong i-express yung sarili mo. Ayaw mong makinig sa mga tao. Or hindi ka masyadong magaling makinig sa sinasabi ng ibang tao, no? In terms of, again, communicating. Paano ka na? Saan na mararating ng karir mo? Magkakaroon ka talaga ng ceiling. And ayaw natin mangyari sa mga karir natin yan. Hanggang dyan ka na lang. Di ba? At anong klase mga opportunities yung makukuha mo? Unang-una, no? Kailangan marunong tayo magbenta ng mga sarili natin. What I mean by this is, oo nga, trabaho tayo ng trabaho. Pero maririnig mo to eh, madalas ng reklamo eh. Maayos naman ng trabaho mo. Pero parang, bakit hindi nare-recognize? Kasi, hindi mo kayang ibenta yung sarili mo eh. Di mo naman kailangan na parang epal levels, no? Pangit din naman yun. Kaya nga, kailangan matutunan mo paano gawin yun eh. Paano mo ibibenta yung sarili mo in a way na parang magugustuhan ng mga tao yung ginagawa mo. Na hindi sila parang ma-off dun sa way of you selling yourself. Kasi iba rin yung sobrang hard sell naman eh. Kahit naman pagka bumibili ka ng isang bagay, di ba? Kunwari nasa department store ka, may inis ka pagka kinukulit ka ng mga sales lady, di ba? O kahit sa palengke. Pagka hard sell yung ginagawa nila, parang in your face na parang, bili mo na to, sige na, bili mo na to. Hindi ganun eh. Hindi ganun ang sales eh. I mean, I'm not a salesperson, but I know somehow how to sell what I do para naman ma-recognize ng mga tao na, hey, importante itong ginagawa ko. Hindi lang to basta-basta, no? This has significant impact in the business. This has, significant impact in how we work as a team. So, hindi lang siya basta sabihin natin pabibo, no? Kasi, kailangan pa rin naman talaga yun. Yung may onting level ka ng pabibo. Kailangan talaga yun. Hindi natin maiiwasan yan, no? Sa ayaw man natin at hindi, ganun talaga siya. Kasi it's part of being in a team. It's part of being in the company. You have to be able to sell yourself. And how can you do that if, hindi ganun ka buo o hindi ganun ka solid yung communication skills mo? Doon talaga papasok yun. So, napaka-importante ng communication skills. And even yung mga influencer na nagsasabi na hindi siya importante, okay lang kahit wala ka niyan, they're actually exercising communication, di ba? Kasi they're building content on social media. And the way they're doing that is exercising their communication skills, no? Putting out content like this, no? Building this podcast is a way of me communicating with my audience. So, this is part of it all. And hindi nyo naman ako makikilala kung hindi ko ginagawa to, di ba? So, for me, as a content creator, communication skills is very important in building, my following, this platform. Kung wala akong communication skills, di walang Kuya Dev, wala yung podcast na to. Wala yung mga Facebook page ko and my other social media accounts. Wala lahat yun. I mean, I'm not big, but I think I have enough influence to help people. Lalo na kung nasabi nga natin nung umpisa nung episode, people are now rallying around what I'm doing. Pagka nagpunta ako sa isang location, people want to be there. Because I was able to communicate that, hey, this is my mission. This is what I'm doing. And I want to help people build better careers in tech. So, again, that's selling yourself. That's personal marketing. And it's part of, having a solid foundation in terms of communication skills. Pero sige, kung talagang kontento ka sa level na pwede mong marating in terms of being a tech professional without having uh, a solid set of communication skills, okay lang. Okay lang naman makontento, but be aware na hanggang doon na lang. Pagka nagreklamo ka tapos wala kang ginagawa about it, iba yon. The problem is with you. Pero kung kontento ka, okay lang. Wag mo lang i-pursue, wag mo lang i-develop yung communication skills mo. Pero kung sa tingin mo, you can achieve more, you can increase your influence not only in your company, not only in your team, but outside of it, communication skills. Communication is the key. Yun talaga. Again, hindi lang siya basta pananalita, even in listening with people. Listening in what people have to say, getting those feedback, getting whatever information you need from people that you interact with. Napaka-importante nun. Di siya madaling skill. And you can only exercise that, or you can only improve your communication skills through practice, through actually exercising it. Treat each interaction you have with other people as a way to practice. Experiment. Hingi kang feedback. Paano ba? Did I do well in expressing myself? Did I do well in listening to you? Did I understand this? So mapunta tayo sa first, yung paano mo bubuin yung speaking and writing skills mo. Again, wala namang ibang paraan dyan kundi mag-practice ka na mag-practice. Ilagay mo yung sarili mo sa mga situation na mapipilitan ka talaga magsalita or mapipilitan ka magsulat. Like, if you're already a tech professional, pilitin mo yung sarili mong magsulat ng documentation and have people read it. Tanungin mo sila, do you understand this? Kulang ba to? O how do you feel about what I read? Try to blog, no? Magsulat ka ng ng mga articles, create ka ng blog mo. Huwag kang matakot na mabash ka kasi at the end of the day, wala namang may pakialam. Sa dami ng blog sa internet ngayon, unless sobrang galing mo sa SEO, most probably hindi siya walang makakabasa. But I'd still encourage you to ask people to read what you put out there and get feedback, no? Again, there are also tools to help you write good articles. Andiyan yung AI, di ba? Andiyan si ChatGPT. Andiyan yung Grammarly. Then, study what they put out, no? Tingnan mo rin, baka naman yung tone niya hindi pasok dun sa sinusulat mo. Also, read books in English. Kunwari, di ba? Fiction, non-fiction, anything you enjoy. Immerse yourself in the language. Hanggang sa maging comfortable ka. Watch movies, watch shows in English. Talagang paligiran mo yung sarili mo nung language. Kasi that's the most effective way of actually learning and being comfortable in the particular language. Lalo na itong English na to, no? And in terms naman of public speaking, maybe start a podcast or do live streaming na napipilitan kang mag-English. Sa Twitch, mag-ano ka doon, gawa ka ng Twitch channel mo, mag-live stream ka ng gaming or live coding, whatever interests you, magsalita ka lang doon, whatever, no? Tapos, maki-interact ka kasi minsan-minsan may mga darating na mga viewers diyan, tapos makikipag-usap sa iyo, makipag-interact ka. don't be afraid. No? Kung, again, kung natatakot ka sa mga bashers, wala, di block mo sila. Kasi you have this purpose. You have this goal of learning, of building your skill. Anything else na negative doon na hindi nakakatulong, tanggalin mo. Yung mga basher na yan, dali lang naman i-block ng mga yan. Wala naman sila magagawa. As long as, every day you keep on improving. Try to find tech meetups or even meetups of other hobbies like board games tapos or I don't know, ano bang klase mga groups na meron tayo ngayon, mga communities. Mas familiar kasi ako sa tech syempre. But try to find speaking opportunities na mapipilitan ka magsalita. Then siguro kung talagang uncomfortable ka, bigyan mo sila ng heads up. Can I speak in English? I'm trying to build my skill, my speaking skill. So baka pwedeng during this time I will speak in English, tas give me feedback, no? Where can I improve? How can I do better? Yung mga ganun ba, hanap ka lang ng mga opportunities for you to actually exercise and get comfortable with communicating. And meron din mga Toastmasters na tinatawag. Isa siguro to sa mga kakaunting regrets ko sa buhay, hindi ako sumali sa mga ganun nung kabataan ko. Na siguro kung nag-Toastmasters ako, di mas mas magaling pa ako ngayon, no? I mean, hindi naman ako ganun kagalingan. But, decent enough. But mas siguro grabe ako magsalita ngayon kung nag-Toastmasters ako, di ba? Kung I got over the fear of putting myself in an uncomfortable position, siguro I'm way better today in speaking. Pero alam mo yun, like I said, I know that this is very scary for people to do. And in terms of listening, again, I think it's one of the hardest and also easiest skill to learn. Hardest kasi we have the tendency na sumagot na parang imbes na makinig ka, sagot ka na agad na sagot, no? Di pa tapos magsalita yung kausap mo. Gusto mo na agad umalagwa. But yun nga, the easiest way to actually prevent yourself from doing that is to actually shut up. Tigil ka lang, you know, hinga ka lang ng malalim, watch your breathing, kontrolin nyo, tapos be as calm as possible, tapos i-absorb nyo yung sinasabi ng kausap nyo. Then, when it's your turn to talk, take your time, then saka kayo, no, sumagot kung may kailangan kayong sagutin. But most of the time, parang, kunwari nagsasalita siyang ganyan, pagkatapos siya magsalita, try nyo na ulitin yung sinabi niya. Like, okay, yan yung sinabi mo. Okay lang ba ulitin ko or i-summarize ko para lang ma-verify ko kung tama nga yung pagkakaintindi ko sa sinabi mo. Parang i-verify mo talaga or i-echo mo. Yung lahat na sinabi niya, ibabalik mo sa kanya. Then, yun nga, i-correct naman niya kung mali yung pagkakaintindi mo. 'Di ba? So, yung mga ganun bang mga maliliit na gesture na yon, napakalaking bagay nun. Try mo i-summarize yung sinabi niya, no? Ano lang yan, madali lang yun gawin, 'di ba? Pero napakalaking bagay nun. Yung mas mahirap na gawin, yung actually na pigilan yung sarili mong sumagot. Kasi you don't have to always answer during the conversation then and there Hindi naman kailangan Pwede mong i-delay muna yan Hayaan mo muna siyang i-express lahat ng kailangan niya sabihin. Tsaka saka mo ngayon i-formulate yung response mo given dun sa lahat ng sinabi niya. Imbis na parang papatsi-patsi na paunti-unti lang yung sinasabi niya kasi pinuputol mo. Tsaka kasagot na sagot. So yun, yun yung stance ko rito na napaka-importante ng communication. Kahit saan. Hindi lang naman dito sa career in tech, but also in other aspects in life or even in other careers. Napaka-importante niya. Because again, businesses, being in teams, being in a company, and even building your own company, you would need to interact with people. No one can, bihira. Hindi ko alam, di ako makaisip ngayon kung may example lang ng profession na hindi mo kailangan magkipag-usap sa mga tao eh. Ghostwriter, baby? Ewan ko, kailangan pa rin kasi paano mo bibigay sa'yo yung requirements niya kung hindi kayo mag-uusap, di ba? So, I don't know. I don't know if there's any profession in this world na hindi nangangailangan ng interaction between people. I don't think there's anything. So, the primary goal of communication is to actually, prevent or minimize misunderstanding. Yun lang naman yun eh. Kailangan nyo lang naman maintindihan yung isa't isa. So, coming from that perspective, doon yung makikita talaga yung kahalagahan nun eh. Na parang, at least sa akin, natatanggal yung kaba na kailangan ko magsalita kasi my purpose is to understand this person and for him to understand me. So kung hindi ko gagawin to, paano na? Di ba? Paano ko ma-voice out yung mga saloobin ko, yung mga plano ko towards building, a better API, kunwari, or a better standard in our coding practice. So, kung hindi ako mag-voice out, wala mararating yung mga ideas ko. Ano lang yan, nasa isip ko lang lahat yan. Wala siyang magiging impact for me, Walang impact for me, and wala rin impact sa team ko, and walang impact sa mga users namin. Kasi, I stopped myself from actually speaking. So, ano mo yun? Yung parang yung downside nun medyo mas malaki versus dun sa effort na gagawin ko towards actually expressing myself. Will you be rejected? Nakakatakot nga naman. Again, oo. Kasama talaga yan. But through practice, mababawasan yung ganun. Lalo na kung yun, balik tayo doon. Ako, paulit-ulit na ako, di ba? Basta ba yung purpose mo is for you to understand each other? Di bali na yung rejection. Parang, di na-reject ako, di kami ayos, okay lang, di ba? Hindi masyado nagkaintindihan, but we will try again, next time. Parang ganon. So, yun, sana na-gets nyo yung punto ko kung bakit napakahalaga ng communication or building your communication skills. At sana magamit nyo in your everyday interactions. And yeah, thank you for watching the first episode of Season 6 of the podcast. And I'll see you on the next episode. Bye!
Thank you for joining me for another episode of the Kuya Dev Podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, please like, subscribe, and share it with your friends and colleagues. If you have comments, suggestions, questions, stories you want to share, or any topic you'd like for me to discuss, drop me a message via kuyadev.com/contact. You may also join our community by visiting techcareershifter.com. Until next time, keep learning, growing, and chasing your dreams. Thank you again for listening, and I'll see you in the next episode.